Hello guys and welcome to my channel WarChronicle. It's me. Hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. In today's episode we'll be looking at 5 wars that lasted less than a week. As we all know, war is a terrible thing and should be avoided at all costs. But there have been many wars throughout history that have lasted for years, even decades. But there are also some wars that have lasted for only a few days or even hours. So let's take a look at some of them. The first war on our list is the Anglo-Zanzibar War. This war is considered to be the shortest war in history, lasting only 38 minutes. It took place on August 27, 1896, between the United Kingdom and the Zanzibar Sultanate in East Africa. The war was fought over the succession of the Zanzibar throne. The British had backed Hamad bin Mohammed as the new sultan, but he was opposed by another claimant, Khalid bin Barkhash. On August 25th, an ultimatum was delivered to Khalid demanding that he abdicate the throne. When he refused, the British naval squadron bombarded the Sultan's palace and other government buildings until they were destroyed. The palace was set ablaze by one of the shells fired by HMS Raccoon. When the fire reached the Sultan, he surrendered and fled to the German consulate. The British then occupied Zanzibar city and installed Hamad bin Mohammed as the new Sultan. The war lasted for only 38 minutes from the time the first shot was fired until the Sultan surrendered. And it's officially recognized by Guinness World Records as the shortest war in history. The second war on our list is the Six-Day War. The Six-Day War was a conflict fought between Israel and a coalition of Arab states led by Egypt, Jordan, and Syria. The war took place in June 1967 and lasted for only 6 days. The immediate cause of the war was the closure of the Straits of Tiran by Egypt, which cut off Israeli access to the Red Sea. Israel saw this as a casus belli, or an excuse to go to war, and launched a preemptive strike against Egypt on June 5th. Within hours, Israeli aircraft had destroyed most of the Egyptian Air Force. And by the end of the first day of fighting, they had also taken control of the Sinai Peninsula. On June 7th, Israel launched a ground attack into the Sinai, quickly overwhelming the Egyptian forces. By June 10th, Israel had captured the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, which includes the city of Jerusalem and the Golan Heights from Syria. The war lasted for only 6 days and resulted in a decisive Israeli victory. The third war on our list is the 7 Years' War. The 7 Years' War was a global conflict fought between 1756 and 1763. The war involved most of the great powers of the time, including Britain, France, Spain, Portugal, Prussia, and Austria. The war was fought over a number of issues, including territorial disputes in North America, India, and Europe. In North America, the war was fought between the British and French colonies and their respective allies. The British were victorious, and this victory allowed them to become the dominant power in North America. In Europe, the war was fought between the Prussian and Austrian-led coalitions, and again the British were victorious. In India, the war was fought between the British East India Company and the French centers. Once again, the British were victorious, and this victory allowed them to become the dominant power in India. The war lasted for 7 years and resulted in major territorial changes around the world. The fourth war on our list is the Franco-Prussian War. The Franco-Prussian War was fought between France and a coalition of German states led by Prussia. The war took place in 1870 and 1871 and resulted in a decisive German victory. The immediate cause of the war was the succession crisis in Spain. When the Spanish throne became vacant, there were 2 main claimants, a Prussian prince named Leopold and a French prince named Henry, Count of Paris. France supported the French claimant while Prussia supported the Prussian claimant. In January 1870, Leopold was elected King of Spain, which caused a political crisis in France. The French government was divided over how to respond and eventually declared war on Prussia. The war was fought over a number of issues, including German unification, the balance of power in Europe, and colonial rivalries. The Germans were victorious, and this victory led to the unification of Germany under Prussian leadership. The war also resulted in significant territorial changes in Europe. The fifth and final war on our list is the 100 Years' War. No, this war did not last for 100 years. Instead, it was a series of conflicts fought between England and France from 1337 to 1453. The 100 Years' War was one of the most important conflicts in medieval European history. It had a profound impact on the development of both England and France, and it helped to set the stage for the Renaissance and the Age of Exploration. The Hundred Years' War was a complex and multifaceted conflict that was fought over a number of issues, including the control of territories in France, the English claim to the French throne, and the balance of power in Europe. The war was characterized by a number of famous battles, including Poitiers and Agincourt. The English were victorious in many of these battles, but ultimately the French were able to win the war.
Wow.
The Hundred Years' War ended in 1453 with the Treaty of Castile. This treaty confirmed the gains that the French had made during the war, and it established the French monarchy as the dominant power in Western Europe. So those are 5 wars that lasted less than a week. Do you know of any others? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes. Catch you guys next time.